Hello children, welcome to online class. I hope you are safe and good. Now we are going to learn standard 9th English Unit 6 Prose from 0 to Infinity, biography of Srinivasa Ramanujan. Okay, children, in this lesson we are going to discuss about the great genius, mathematics genius. Okay, so I don't know how many of you likes maths. All are interested in maths subject, is it? Okay, if I ask you to do one sum, you will be doing it hurriedly in your notebook. So what you are going to do is, come on children, take your pencil and you can solve the problem which is there on your screen. Yes, after solving this problem you will answer me these 3 questions. Did you enjoy solving these problems? Was it easy or hard to solve? Do you like mathematics? Give reasons. Okay children, after completing the problem which is there in your text, okay, you will be answering these 3 questions. Did you enjoy solving this problem? Was it easy or hard to solve? Do you like mathematics? Give reasons. Okay. Children, from 0 to infinity, you all know what is the number 0. Is it lower than 1? It's meant to be 0. What is infinity, children? I'll tell you. Infinity represents something that is boundless or endless, or else something that is larger than anything or natural number. Once again I repeat, what is infinity? Infinity represents something that is boundless or endless, or else something that is larger than any real or natural number. Any real or natural number, that is infinity. Okay, so before I would start this lesson, I'll give you a gist about Srinivasa Ramanujan. Now we shall discuss about Srinivasa Ramanujan. Ramanujan was born on 22nd December 1887 in Erode, Tamil Nadu. His father K. Srinivasa Iyengar, originally from Tanjore district, worked as a clerk in cloth shop. His mother Komalathammal was a housewife and also sang at a local temple. So actually our genius mathematician Sir Srinivasa Ramanujan was born on 22nd December 1887 in Erode of Tamil Nadu. His father name is Srinivasa Iyengar and he worked as a clerk in cloth shop, and her mother name is Komalathammal. She was the housewife and she had a habit of singing songs at their local temple. Okay. On 1st October 1892, Ramanujan was enrolled at local school. When his paternal grandfather died, he was sent back to his maternal grandparents. Then, living in Madras, he did not like school in Madras and tried to avoid attending. So what happened? On October 1st, 1892, Ramanujan was sent to local school. During that time, his paternal grandfather in the sense father's father, he died. So he was sent to his maternal grandparents. He was sent to his mother's grandparents to live in Madras. He did not like school in Madras and he tried to avoid attending the school in Madras. I hope you have understood, children. Okay, first he was studying at a local school. When after the death of father's father, that is his paternal grandfather, he came to Madras to live along with maternal grandparents, and there he did not like school and he didn't give a proper attendance in the school. Okay. His family enlisted a local constable to make sure the boy attended school. By the age 11, he had exhausted the mathematical knowledge of 2 college students who were staying at his home. He completed mathematical exams in half the allotted time. Wow. So to check whether the Srinivasa Ramanujan is attending the school properly or not. His family enlisted a local constable. They made a constable to have attention on him whether he is attending the school properly or not. So what happened, by the age of 11, when he was 11 years old, his love of mathematics, his interest in mathematics came out while he helped the two college students in solving out the maths problem. Okay, then actually he has a habit of completing the mathematical exam in half the allotted time. If suppose the exam timing is 3 hours, he'll complete the exam within 1.5 hours. This is the time which is allotted to him. Within the half of the time he will complete the exam. Okay, such a genius in mathematics. Then he received a scholarship to study at Government Arts College, Kumbakonam, but was so intent on mathematics that he could not focus on any other subjects and failed most of them, losing his scholarship in the process. So what happened? He got a scholarship to study at Government College in Kumbakonam, Government Arts College in Kumbakonam, but since he was very much interested, very intent on mathematics, he is not able to focus on other subjects. Okay, he could not focus on other subject and he got fail marks in other subject, losing the scholarship. Okay, so let's see what happened. He later enrolled at Pachayappa's College in Madras. I hope you might have heard this word, Pachayappa College. Okay, so he got enrollment in Pachayappa College. There he passed in mathematics. Ramanujan spent nearly 5 years in Cambridge, collaborating with Hardy and Littlewood, and published part of his findings there. So after completing his degree in Pachayappa College, he went to Cambridge. There along with Hardy and Littlewood, he published what all the findings he did. Understood, children? Throughout his life, Ramanujan was plagued by health problems. His health worsened in England. He was diagnosed with tuberculosis and severe vitamin deficiency at a time. Was confined to sanatorium. So actually, even though he was good in doing the mathematics problem, he had a health issue. Throughout his life, he was having the health issues. He was having a health problems. That is, he had tuberculosis and a severe vitamin deficiency, and later on he was confined to sanatorium. Okay. In 1919, he returned to Kumbakonam and soon thereafter, in 1920, died at the age of 32. So, in 1919, he came to Kumbakonam and at the age of 32, that is on 1920, that is in 1920, he died, very early age, is it? There are so many biographies of Ramanujan and the lesson is one among them. And there are many biographies of Ramanujan and this lesson is one among it. Okay, shall we get into the lesson now? Did you all like the short biography of Sir Ramanujan? First, let us discuss the glossary of this lesson. Okay, first meaning: absurd, stupid and unreasonable, silly in a humorous way. Absurd, stupid and unreasonable, silly in a humorous way. Infinity, unlimited space, time, amount, a number of large beyond any limit. Infinity, unlimited space, time, amount, a number of large beyond any limit. Intriguing, very interesting because of being unusual or mysterious. Intriguing, very interesting because of being unusual or mysterious. Prodigy, a child who shows a great ability at a young age. Prodigy, A child who shows a great ability at a young age. Dingy, a dark and dirty place. Dingy, a dark and dirty place. Physiology, the branch of biology that deal with the normal functions of living organisms and their parts. Physiology, the branch of biology that deals with the normal functions of living organisms and their parts. Unkempt, not neat or cared for. Unkempt, not neat or cared for. Uncouth, behaving in an unpleasant way. Uncouth, behaving in an unpleasant way. Conjecture. Conjecture, an opinion or conclusion formed on the basis of incomplete information. Conjecture, an opinion or conclusion formed on the basis of incomplete information. Discrepancy, an illogical or surprising lack of compatibility or similarity between two or more facts. Distinguished, used to describe a person respected and admired for excellence. Discrepancy, an illogical or surprising lack of compatibility or similarity between two or more facts. Distinguished, used to describe a person respected and admired for excellence. We'll say no, our distinguished chief guest is a respected word. Devouring, distractively consuming. Devouring, distractively consuming. Disembark, to leave a ship, aircraft, etc. after a journey. Emaciated, very thin and weak, usually because of illness or extreme hunger. Emaciated, very thin and weak, usually because of illness or extreme hunger. Agonizing, causing extreme physical or mental pain. Agonizing, causing extreme physical or mental pain. Okay, so now we shall discuss the lesson. Yes, so now we shall discuss the lesson. We'll see what is there in this lesson. Can you see in the picture Srinivasa Ramanujan? Okay, so the arithmetic class was in progress. The teacher was solving questions on division. On the blackboard were drawn 3 bananas. So the arithmetic class in the sense the maths class has started, and the maths teacher was solving questions on division, and the particular teacher was solving questions on division. You all know what is division, is it? Okay, so on the blackboard were drawn 3 bananas. So on the blackboard 3 bananas were drawn. Okay children, so the arithmetic class was in progress. The teacher was solving the questions on division, and on the board 3 bananas were drawn. We have 3 bananas, the teacher said, and we have 3 boys. Can you tell me how many each will get? So now the teacher is asking, we have 3 bananas, and we have given 3 bananas to 3 boys. Then can you tell me how many will each get? Okay, a smart boy in the front row replied, each will get 1. So a boy from the front row, he gave a reply that each will get 1. Right, the teacher said. So now the teacher has given the reply, right. Now similarly, if 1000 bananas are distributed among 1000 boys, each will get 1. Isn't that so? Isn't it that so? So now the teacher is again asking a question that if 1000 bananas are distributed to 1000 students, 1000 boys, is that they each will get 1? Isn't it so? Who is asking? Teacher. While the teacher was explaining, A boy sitting in one corner raised his hand and stood up. So now, while the teacher was explaining this division, a boy who is sitting in the corner, he just stood up by raising his hand. The teacher stopped and waited for the boy to speak. So now the teacher stopped taking the class, and the teacher just waited for the boy to speak. Sir, the boy asked, if no banana is distributed among no one, will everyone still get one banana? There was a roar of laughter in the class. What a silly question to ask. So now I told the one boy, he raised and put up a question. He just asked that if no bananas is distributed among no one, is that everyone will still get the banana? So everyone, they just gave a laughter in the class, and they all said, what a silly question it is. Quiet, the teacher said loudly and thumped the desk. So now the teacher, he said loudly that be quiet, and thumped on the bench, on the desk. There is nothing to laugh at. I'll just explain what he means to say. For the division of bananas, we divide 3 by 3, saying that each boy will get one banana. Similarly, we divide 1000 by 1000 to get one. What he is asking is that if 0 banana is divided among 0, will each one get one? The answer is no. Mathematically, each will get an infinite number of bananas. So actually, now the teacher started explaining what is the question the boy asked. So he said that if 3 bananas are distributed among 3 people, 3 boys, so each one will get one. And then now similarly, if 1000 bananas are divided among 1000, each will get one. In the same way, if 0 banana is divided among 0, is that each will get one? So the answer is no. As I have told you, the answer is no. But mathematically, each will get an infinite numbers of banana. That is, they'll get a boundless, endless number of bananas. Mathematically, if we see. Okay, children. Everyone laughed again. Again they laughed. How is it possible? So everyone laughed again. The boys understood the trick arithmetic had played upon them. So the boys in the class, they understood that the Max has played some trick among them. Okay. What they could not understand was why the teacher later complimented the boy who was asked that absurd question. So actually they understood that it's a mathematic tricky answer, but they didn't understand, they could not able to understand that why the teacher complimented the boy who had asked such an absurd question, such a different question, such a silly question. So they were all astonished by this act of teacher. Now the boy had asked a question that had taken mathematicians several centuries to answer. So this boy, mathematician, they took several centuries to give the answer for this question. Okay, so they took many centuries to answer the question which is asked by the Ramanujan. Some mathematicians claimed that 0 divided by 0 was 0. So some said that 0, if it is divided by 0, is 0. Others claimed it to be unity. So others said it is unity. It was the Indian mathematician Bhaskara who proved that it is infinity. So many mathematicians said that 0 divided by 0 is 0. Some said it is unity, and it is the Indian mathematician Bhaskara said he proved that 0 divided by 0 is infinity. The boy who asked the intriguing question was Srinivasa Ramanujan. So the boy who asked The question, no, very mysterious question. It is Srinivasa Ramanujan. So throughout his life, whether in his native Kumbakonam or Cambridge, he was always ahead of his mathematics teacher. So throughout his life, either in his local, he was in local school, then he came to Madras, then he went to Cambridge, I told you, no, but he was always ahead of his mathematics teacher. So he was always ahead of his mathematics teacher. Okay. What was the reaction of the classmates to Ramanujan question? So what was the reaction of classmates to Ramanujan's question? The answer is the classmates laughed at the Ramanujan's question. Is it? Okay. What did the Indian mathematician Bhaskara prove? The Indian mathematician Bhaskara proved that 0 divided by 0 is infinity. So other mathematician, they said it is 0 divided by 0 is 0. Some other mathematician, they said it is unity. But the Indian mathematician Bhaskara proved that 0 divided by 0 is infinity. Okay. Children, let me stop the session by now. The remaining part of the lesson we'll see in next class. Thank you, children. Meet you again.